Hey everybody, welcome to So I Married a Record Collector. I'm Heidi Lee.
I'm JT.
And we are here with it's the beginning of August, so we're here with our latest purchases for the month of July.
Yes.
So I have quite a bit of vinyl this month, and John's got a mixture of things.
I think she beat me this time.
It's not a contest, but yeah, I definitely did have more of this. It's like you discover a new to you artist, and suddenly I have to become a completist in that area. So stick around. We'll go through our purchases for July. Trying to figure out how to do this as far as who goes and shows what, because we went to different places and we got different things, but
my stuff gets all out of order because I'm shuffling it around, taking it to the radio station and whatnot. And I remember where I got it. I just don't remember what order. And you kind of outnumber me this month, so.
Well, I leave them in the order for my to listen piles, so that's probably why.
Right.
I still have them all on my lap because I feel like they're gonna slide down. But we did go to our local record store maybe once in July because I was looking for Split Ends and Bebop Deluxe, and I found Time and Tide, which is Split Ends' 1982 record, because I really, really love 6 Months in a Leaky Boat. That song is just awesome. So I got that there. They did have a box set of some kind too. I think it's their first 2 albums.
Oh yeah.
That was there. And I don't know, their first album is really, to me, when I listen to it online, is very different from their later stuff, which is fine. It's just, I don't know, it didn't really grab me right off the bat, so might have to give that some time. And I went to their Bebop Deluxe section. They actually had quite a bit, so I picked up Futurama. This one's a little water damaged at the bottom. I might have to look for a better copy of this one. But this is their second, I believe. Futurama. And I also, because they had a lot of copies of this. This seems to be the one that is most printed or something.
Most in abundance.
Yeah, Live in the Air Age. They're 1977.
Is there like an EP in here? Side 1 album, side 2 EP. Oh, maybe
I didn't realize
2 and 3 are like a 45 RPM.
Yeah, there's 2 records in here, but yeah.
One is marked
again,
as an album,
haven't listened to it all yet, but got that. And then I thought this was cool. They had a best of there. I'm not really huge on best ofs, but I thought this looked kind of neat. It's from 79, and it had a cool gatefold. So there's that. That's all I found at RPM, but I did order through eBay some Bill Nelson solo stuff and ended up getting that in the mail this month. I got Bill Nelson's Red Noise. Really liking this album. I've been listening to it, streaming it myself. This is from I believe it's from the early 80s. Has to be. 1979, actually. But Bill Nelson's Red Noise, basically Bill Nelson's solo stuff after Bebop Deluxe, I believe, or at the end of it. And then I got this 2-record set called The Love That Whirls, Diary of a Thinking Heart. Another solo. This is from 1982. This has the cool sticker. Specially priced 2-record set, includes a bonus instrumental album. That should be interesting. And then we're kind of waiting till we get to the place where we both got something. There's a really great record store in Easton, Pennsylvania that does they do live shows on Whatnot pretty much every night, I think, except for Sundays. But Friday nights, they do unofficial releases. And basically, you know, that gray area of unofficial releases in the UK. You can't sell them on Discogs or eBay or anything like that.
I refer to them as gray areas.
Gray area, for sure.
Copyright laws in Europe, especially in Italy, are very loose.
Yeah.
So
he can't sell them in his store, so he sells them on Whatnot on Friday nights.
Yeah.
A lot of people in there and really good prices too. So I've gotten some stuff in the past from him, and I did happen to see this when I was watching the other night. This is Roxy Music, live in the UK, 1974. I guess it's limited edition, but I mean, how can an unofficial be a limited edition? It's like they just press whatever they want, I would think. But it seemed really cool, and it's Roxy Music, so of course I'm going to pick that up. I haven't opened it yet, but it looked really cool. And then they also have a store, of course, so they have a lot of listings in their Whatnot shop. And I didn't have this on vinyl, so I grabbed a copy of the Rhino 2024 reissue of I Just Can't Stop It from the Beat, the English Beat, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, from their 1980 release. Love it. And it was our anniversary in July too. So John, of course, had to grab me an album. So I've been meaning to pick this up. Hadn't picked it up yet. This is David Byrne's latest. Who is Sky? The Sky. I almost said Who is Sky. Heard a couple songs off this when it came out, and I really liked it. So I had it on my list. And John, you know, that's what we do on our anniversaries. You know, some people go out and they flowers and candy and diamonds and stuff like that. We go to each other's Amazon lists and be like,
records and books.
So this was my
records,
LP.
books, and shoes.
And shoes, yeah. I got him a new pair of Converse.
I can't stretch like that anymore.
And I think we're finally up to Manistee, which is, we'll do that in just a second. Was it on our anniversary? I can't even remember. We made it was around that time. We went down to Manistee, Michigan, and there's a really great antique store. Oh yeah, the cat is bumping the table, so the camera goes like that. There's a really great antique store down there called Marianne's Antiques, and they have a room where a guy sells records there. It's probably cheaper than having his own storefront. He just gets space from this antique store.
What is funny is when he first was in there and I met him, he looked vaguely familiar, and it turns out he worked for Iris Records in Jersey City, New Jersey.
Iris?
And I knew Iris.
Iris.
And I used to see him at record shows, doing record shows.
Oh.
So weird.
How weird.
Two record guys from Jersey both end up in
little
northern
town
Michigan.
in
But
Michigan.
It's much more better organized now, and it's laid out more professionally, and lots of great stuff.
Yeah, he keeps it.
Other collectibles too.
Yeah, so we found some things there, or I found some things
one's
there.
from-
Yeah, this one we did stop at. They have a big flea market.
The creepy flea market.
Yeah, the creepy.
All flea markets attract creepy people. But
This
it's
guy
just
was
so
nice.
weird in this creepy flea market in what used to be a grocery store. She finds
Well, you found it. He usually will be the one to get down on the floor and dig through the boxes and everything. And this one guy had a ton of records just kind of in plastic bins, just kind of strewn throughout. And he finds this single from the Music That You Can Dance To period of Sparks, Fingertips, which don't get me wrong, I love these guys so much, but this is not a great song. And so he found it, and I'm like, I can't leave that there. Nobody
Rescue
else is
syndrome.
going to love this or to want to have it in their collection. It's a promo copy, so super exciting. I already have this, though. This is a little better condition. So, but anyway, the guy, he cleaned it for me and everything. So it was like super nice person and everything. And I couldn't just leave it. So I ended up getting that before we went to Marianne's. So what did you find there?
I only found one record at Marianne's. This came up. This is a UK CBS compilation of Rockabilly, CBS Rockabilly Classics, Volume 1 from 77. I believe there was a bit of a Rockabilly revival around the punk era in the late 70s in England. And it's interesting because like Columbia, with their roster in the 50s, they didn't really go for too much wild rock and roll with Mitch Miller in charge. But there are some things on here, some country artists letting go. And of course, we got the Collins Kids, Ronnie Self, Johnny Horton with a bit of rockabilly. I haven't quite played this. I haven't really played this yet, although I'm familiar with most of the songs. But it was a cool comp. And only $5. It was, what do you guys call it? Cheap heat. So Rockabilly, CBS Rockabilly Classics, Volume 1.
And I went through everything in that room. And the first things I came across, it wasn't really alphabetized, but we did have an entire section of Squeeze, which was great. And I didn't have this Squeeze album, even though it says UK Squeeze, but yeah. I grabbed that one. And then in that same section, of course, I had no idea what this sounds like, but it's different in Tilbrook from Squeeze. So I thought it was only a couple bucks, so why not? And then I grabbed this David Johansen that I did not have. This is In Style from 1979. And it's produced by Mick Ronson. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that. And I found one I've been looking for to almost complete my split ends collection. You'll see more for August too. And forgive me, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but is it Wayada? Wayada? Someone, I'm sure Married to Vinyl will tell me
Or somebody from New Zealand.
If this is pronounced, how to pronounce this properly. But this is their 1981 big, it doesn't have, it had some minor hits on it. One Step Ahead is really, really good. I like that one a lot. But yeah, 1981 split ends, adding to my split ends collection. This is another one that comes in multiple colors. I've seen it in blue. Not sure if there's anything, is it just blue and pink? So yeah, that's what I got from Mary Ann's. What, did you get that there?
No, I got this. Okay. I got this at RPM. I stopped in after work for a reason, and I couldn't leave without buying stuff. This is the debut album by the T-Bones. Basically, this is the Wrecking Crew with producer Dave Pell heading up. It's Hot Rod Instrumentals. It's on Liberty Records. It's their debut. Like I said, it's their debut album. Of course, I would buy this for the covers. Great pictures. Excuse me. It's their debut album. They did one more of Hot Rod music called Boss Drag at the Beach, which has an equally cool cover. And then they had a hit single with a song called No Matter What Shape Your Stomach's In, which is an Alka-Seltzer commercial at the time from '66. And then they had like two more albums, but they had to go on the road to promote No Matter What Shape Your Stomach's In. So they had an actual T-Bones band, which later morphed into the group Hamilton, Joe, Frank, and Reynolds with that song,
Don't pull your love
out on me, baby. Because I have the very last T-Bones record, which is called Everybody's Gone to the Moon, which has the actual road musicians on it. But this one, the debut album, the first couple of albums are studio guys. But covers a Hey Little Cobra, some Beach Boys and Janet Dean songs, and then some instrumental originals. But, I couldn't pay. We actually had this on the
John
wall,
record.
a wall on the wall at Izzy's, but Izzy had a lot of money on it for some reason at the time, and it stayed there forever.
He didn't want you to have it.
I know, but you can see why I would buy this. The T-Bones, Boss Drag, 1963 on Liberty.
All right, and then I'll go through the rest of my stack of LPs here. They're kind of all related, and a couple of them aren't. But anyway, this other one that I got from eBay. This is Bill Nelson's Quit Dreaming and Get on the Beam. I had heard Banal on a streaming service that recommends things based on your listening, and I really liked it. And I was trying to find this album, and I don't know if it's ever been officially released on CD in America, but the prices of the ones in the UK were astronomical. I was really happy to find this on vinyl at least. Yeah, and it's got two different albums on the inside. There's probably another instrumental album, I'm guessing. I haven't listened to this yet, of course. But the Sounding the Ritual Echo is also on the inside there. So it's a 2 LP. Got that for a good price. And then went back to RPM maybe a couple weeks later because I wanted to see what other split end stuff they had, because I don't think I really looked that carefully the last time we were there. This is a rough cover. This is Conflicting Emotions from 1983. And then I went and looked in the the Finn solo sections for Tim or Neil, and I found a couple of Tim Finn albums. Escapade from 1983, and then this one from 1989. Very cool. Again, none of these have been listened to yet, just showing you what we have so far. And they rarely have sales at our local record store, but they had a bin of markdown record store day things they were trying to push out, and they had this one of the remixes from Roxy Music. And I'm not real huge on remixes, but I thought this was kind of cool. And it was a record store day release
reduced. Why pass it?
And it was so reduced too. This is from 2018 or 2019. I can't see very well, but that was cool. And then to try to keep my split ends collection going, I did order a couple more albums from eBay. So here is Frenzy from 1978. This is their third, maybe second or third. Frenzy, because Icy Red is on here, which is really cool. And then why can't I say it? Dysrhythmia. Say it. Dysrhythmia? Dysrhythmia, yes. My Mistake. Really great song off of this album. I'm really loving these guys. So really happy to add more split ends to my collection. And I think I might have some more coming for the next month. So yay.
All right, next up, 7 inches. You know I love 7-inch singles, so I got a couple of them this month. Why
is everybody so down on 7 inches? 7 inches are awesome.
Everybody likes the big records, the big thing to look at. A lot of it, I think, is they don't like to take the time to you really got to dig when you're looking at 7 inches. It's bad enough that one time at a record show, some little girl was looking at them and didn't know what they were. That happened to me in a record store, too. A kid brought a 7-inch by a local band to the counter. He's like, what is this?
Well, you taught him something. That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway.
And I love picture sleeves, too. They're so cool.
45s are 2.5 minutes of magic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get louder mixes with old ones. So anyway, my first one is from 1970 on White Whale Records. This is steel wool with a heavy fuzzed out version of the Guess Who's No Sugar Tonight.
Oh, that's what I heard.
It's the same thing on both sides. There's another pressing of this where it's the same thing on both sides, but the B-side is an instrumental. This has some connection to the Knickerbockers of Lies fame. Buddy Randell is part of this. I think of one of the other Knickerbockers. I was just browsing the White Whale catalog on 45cat.com when I came across this. I was like, I'd be interested in it. Took me 2 years to find a cheap copy because most people were putting big bucks. I found somebody had it for mere schmeckles. I wanted to describe it as like a vanilla fudge version, but it's not really slow. It's just heavy and fuzzy.
Got me hold them?
Okay. Now, Married to Vinyl will be happy to see these because well, not so much you, but me and Mark and Leslie are really nuts for this label out of England or possibly France called Rogue. So I got 2 singles, 1 EP, because I heard this on my friend Mike Murray's show. This is The Scream and Kick with an EP called Kings of the Past with a great replication of a flip back sleeve, like an actual UK EP from the 60s. Don't know much about these guys. I can't find much online. They've only been around for maybe a couple of years, have some other releases. But I heard the title track, like I said, on my friend Mike Murray's show out of Rochester, a whole lot of shaking going on program. And I'm starting to get fascinated, fixated on this Rogue label. I want to get all their releases. They've got a couple going for years. This is more wild, stoogey garage rock than like 60s style garage rock. And I got this other one. These guys have been going for a while. They got lots of releases. Their first thing I think was a cassette in 1988.
Wow.
This is The Morning After with Let the Lovin' Begin, back with Take Love, Then She's Gone. Another great flip back single. Kind of organ-led garage. Not moody, but upbeat and fun. Kind of, very, very 60s. It's garage. What do you want? Morning with a U to make it cool. And when I was in RPM the other day and I got that T-Bones album, I picked up a few singles because they're 45 room. Everything is $2 or less marked. So I got.
And there's a lot. They even have
some
special racks for all of it that were
there's
built.
leftover record store day stuff, and occasionally you'll dig around and find something obscure. Otherwise, there's you go to the Trog section, there's 30 copies of Wild Thing, and that's never going to move. I picked this up. This is common. This was a big hit in 66. Martha and the Vandellas, I'm Ready for Love. The flip side is He Doesn't Love Me Anymore. Heard this on my friend Alex's show, Alex of the Desperate Hours of WNFO, Medford. This is, if Paul Weller heard this was like kind of like where he got the inspiration for A Town Called Malice, although they're playing the same riff and chords but at a breakneck speed. I really wasn't familiar with this until I heard it on Alex's show, and it's just to me, I know it was a top 10 hit, but to me, since I'm not big on a lot of everything, it was unknown to me. So I'm like, it's like a lost Motown hit. Then I looked up, like, oh, that was top 10. But I don't recall ever hearing this on oldies radio growing up, and I never heard it on oldies radio on here. Really, really great song. Then digging around in their new arrivals in the 45 section, I found this. This is The Animal in Me by the Boots from late 1968 on Date. The flip side is a cover of the Tremolos, Even the Good Times Are Bad. The Date label I kind of compare to like what the Tower label was to Capitol. Date was a subsidiary of Columbia, and it's where they put all the weird stuff that wouldn't go on the main label. Although they had the Zombies and Peaches and Herb and a few things. What I looked up was these guys were a Scottish band, specifically from Glasgow, and they came down to London for a contest to win a record contract and beat out like 100 other bands.
Wow.
And got this one single release, which actually came out in America.
Cool.
It's just okay. It didn't knock my socks off. This is Jan Davis, Flamenco Funk Mosaic, backed with Hornet's Nest on the Shamley label, which was a subsidiary of, who was? Oh, MCA Universal City Records distributed Shamley. Jan Davis, another studio musician in Southern California in the 60s. I don't know if you would call him part of the Wrecking Crew. He's got lots of other singles. Really don't see him around much unless you're living in Southern California. One of his most well-known runs is called Watusi Zombie, which shows up on comps. This is from 69. Kind of strange, hard to describe. It's like a flamenco guitar instrumental, but with electric guitar, and it changes throughout. Hornet's Nest is basically just Flight of the Bumblebee rocked up like Nut Rocker. Then this, I love Peter Sellers and the Pink Panther movies, but this song has always been creepy. But so blame Lerner and Lowe. It's an old song. This is from The Revenge of the Pink Panther, Inspector Clouseau doing Thank Heaven for Little Girls. And on the flip, they do Singing in the Rain, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, this is a promo. It has Thank Heaven for Little Girls on both sides.
Oh, wow.
If it was a stock copy, you'd get Singing in the Rain. And he sings it as Inspector Clouseau. It's from Revenge of the Pink Panther. So that's the 7-inch singles I got this time in July. Now my CD purchases for July, I tend to buy more CDs. I say it all the time. I tend to buy more CDs and LPs for convenience and whatnot. Had this on my wish list forever. I actually have an original US LP of his live album. I've had this on my Amazon wish list forever. Then one day I was just bored at work and I was browsing my wish list, and suddenly I saw it very, very reduced. This is Zoot Money's Big Roll Band box set on repertoire called Big Time Operator. Contains all of his recordings.
I thought that was a DVD.
Both albums, or 3 albums? No, he did 2 albums, I think, in England. Then there's a bunch of unreleased live stuff, single sides, and BBC cuts. Of course, Zoot Money was George Zoot Bruno Money. He later joined, Zoot Money's Big Roll Band later went psychedelic and became Dandelion's Chariot, who did that great song, Madman Running Through the Fields. And then Zoot and his guitarist, Andy Summers, who was later in the Police, joined the last lineup of Eric Burdon and the New Animals and cut the album Love Is in late 68, early 69. They did Madman Running Through the Fields on that too. And then Andy Summers, when the Animals broke up, he joined the Soft Machine for a bit and toured with them in 68, I think. Then Zoot Money moved about, solo records, film and television work. But kind of like Georgie Fame, but if Georgie Fame was a very, very silly person and not like classy like he is. Like I said, I have the American album on Epic live at Kluk's Cleek, which is a really great British R&B club album. But this has tons of stuff on it, so I can't wait to dig into that and listen to that. This was one of my anniversary presents from Heidi. This is The Legends of Surf Guitar, recorded live at the Lighthouse in 1995. It's a reunion of a bunch of different surf guitarists, including Paul Johnson of the Bel Airs, members of the Chantays, the Surfaris, Davey Allen and the Arrows, and they all take turns going on stage playing their hits. So you get, Pipeline, Wipeout, Surf Rider, and you're always a little wary of reunions, like, oh, it's gonna be blank. But these guys are still at their age in 1995 were really kicking ass in what do kids call it, shredding. Really, they all seem to be backed by Paul Johnson and the Packards, and then other guys come up on stage and perform with them.
No John Stamos?
No John Stamos doing Wipeout. I tend to buy a lot of my new surf music from Double Crown Records out of the Pacific Northwest. That become like friendly with Sean, who runs it. He puts out a lot of great stuff. These guys, I believe they're from the Netherlands, and I'm going to mispronounce this because I don't know how to pronounce this. I'll just do it phonetically. The Krantjong Devils.
Looks right to me.
This is their new album, A Journey Through Space and Time, Volume 2. Consists mainly of cover versions. They do Blondie's Atomic, Born to Be Alive, which was a hit by somebody named Patrick Hernandez, who later had some affiliation with Madonna. And then these two songs, Blue Monday, that's a New Order song. And then one of these songs, I think Teardrop, is a Massive Attack song, which was used as the theme to the show House. But this is all surf guitar instrumental versions of these songs.
And Joan of Arc by OMD.
Yeah, Joan of Arc, Maid of Orleans by OMD. And then like some German stuff I'm not familiar with.
I would think that would work with surf music, but it does.
Because like their album that came before this, Volume 1, A Journey Through Space and Time, they cover Aha's Take on Me. So these guys are really good. I think just the way the liner notes are talking, I think they're breaking up because they thank a lot of people for their journey through their career.
I was like Mighty Boosh related, but that's a journey through time and space.
Yeah. Now this band, they're always half American, half Japanese. Sometimes they got two Japanese musicians, one American, or two Americans and one Japanese. These are the Roots or the Routes, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And this is called the Twang Machine. Surf guitar versions of Kraftwerk songs. So you get Computer Age, Autobahn, and it works. It's really good. Their previous album was an album of Buzzcocks songs done surf style, which was really good. And I emailed these guys and said, hey, how about for the future you think about doing an album surf guitar style of Sparks? And he actually replied to me. He goes, that's a really good idea. I'll think about that. But really, really, Pocket Calculator, everything on here. Really, you got a couple of albums spread out on different labels. Kind of a little harder to get because some of them are on small Japanese labels.
Do you have the Buzzcocks one?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're on small Japanese labels. They do instrumentals and they have albums where they do vocals and they act like a regular garage band. But yeah, Kraftwerk morphed into surf guitar instrumentals. Really good. These guys, another one I heard on my friend Mike Murray's show. The Surfing Lungs. Hang Loose with the Surfing Lungs. I forget what year this is from, but these guys were a bubble wrap in there. What the hell is that? These guys are, maybe they're still around, a British surf band, vocals and instrumentals. This is the cheapest one I could find because a lot of their stuff is out of print. They have some stuff on their Bandcamp. Kind of like Beach Boys meet Ramones. I want to get some of their other albums because I see song titles like The Girl with the Joey Ramone Tattoo and stuff like that, or The Day I Left My Chevy at the Beach. They seem like a little fun. The song I heard on my friend's show was really great, but I haven't got able to track down that album yet. But this is cool too because they got songs like Summer Starts Here. They covered a Peppermint Twist. I Don't Want to Ride That Roller Coaster. Haven't spun it yet, but it's supposed to be very guitar dominated. Much better. Yeah, but they're from Britain. They've been around since the late 80s. Now these two, they came in the mail August 1st, August 2nd, but I ordered them in July, so I'm counting them as July purchases. I ordered something else on Amazon. Whenever I order something on Amazon, like I ordered a new electric razor. When I order something like that's needed, I always sort my list by lowest to highest, see if anything's really cheap and toss it in there with the order. And these two CDs, one was really cheap, one got cheaper. But this is a cool comp on BGP called California Soul, Funk, and Soul from the Golden State. I wanted to get this because there's a single on there. I actually found a copy of the single at a garage sale we went to. Remember that garage sale in Elk Rapids? Listen to this. We went to this garage sale in Elk Rapids, and the guy it was basically his attitude was like, I got all this stuff, I got to get rid of it.
Yeah.
A record store from years ago in the 70s in Elk Rapids had closed, and he had all these 45s, but He also had some association with the movie theater at the Village at Elk Rapids. And behind the screen, he found humongous piles in envelopes of movie posters, lobby cards, all kinds of things.
That was cool.
But there's a single on here called Warm Up by the Warm Excursion, the Terrible Three from 1970. And I found a copy of it at that garage sale for like $1, and it's big bucks. And I wanted it on CD for, again, convenience sakes. And this was $4 on Amazon the other day, so I grabbed it. It's got lots of other great obscure things. The best looking oh geez, where'd it go? No, it's a lot of rare funk on a lot of small labels, but the band names are cool. National Resources, Unpolluted, Johnny Talbot, and The Thangs. And it looks like there's a mistake here. It has a song title but no artist. So this should be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Maybe that's why it was cheap.
Maybe.
There's a misprint.
No. And this one, I really like this band out of England. I've known them for years, and they split off and do side projects and solo projects. They're called Big Boss Man. But the one guy who's like the head guy, I should have wrote down his names. I can't. His name is like Nassar Bozzodi or something, and he's a percussionist, but he records under the name The Bongolian. And I didn't know about the existence of this record because I just bought his latest one, which is called Indian Summer of Love. I must have shown it in our last video of purchases. And that CD is like funky, hippie sitar music. This one, his inspiration was the blaxploitation soundtracks of the early 70s. So I can already know this is going to be a hell of a lot of fun because this guy titles like Give the Drummer Some, Soul Drums at 110th Street, LSD Got a Hold on Me, Manhattan Cornbread. So this is going to be a blast. This is I use as like an intro on our radio show or as an outro because it's too good to waste in the middle of the show. You got to have peaks and valleys. But yeah, and this is on Blow Up Records. This was in 2020. Yeah, I didn't know of the existence of this one, so I looked at his discography and I said, man, I got to get that one. So that's my CDs, all our purchases for July.
July, yeah, that was a lot. I don't think I'm going to have as much next month. I say that, but who knows what could happen between now and then, right?
Right.
So, yeah, so that was fun.
That was fun.
Like, do you feel weird seeing all that? Like, oh my gosh, I think I bought too much.
Sometimes, when I get my Visa bill, I'm like, oh shit.
I think we do okay because I don't know. I tend to buy things cheap. I don't really spend a lot on.
I just sometimes make impulse purchases. Because my job.
You're sad. Buy a record. Right?
Well, my job. I'm running machines all day, and you need a shot of dopamine, and the machine's hypnotizing you as it runs. You're like, yeah, that is a good deal for that. Or I learned of something that just came out by one of my favorite bands, and I'm like, I gotta get that. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah,
I know
I gotta have all these
I gotta
records,
pre-order that. I gotta get that. It's limited.
I haven't listened to like the last 4 or 5 months. I have my to listen file as like major.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you stuck around this long, thanks for hanging out with us for our July purchases. Stick around for more going through the record collection. Except for that guy that was like, this is a useless video and all this. I was like, you don't understand the point of the video.
A video about Robert Gordon. Neither one of us had much to say. I totally forgot I had the goddamn album.
But the whole point is going through the collection, and this is my reaction and your reaction. It's like, we're not doing a primer.
No, if you want a history lesson, there's channels out there. Yes, I do go into things I know about.
Why not? It's our prerogative to do what we want on our channel. If you don't like it, then
I see videos that we're not subscribed to, and I'm like, I don't like this. This guy's. I don't.
So you don't watch it.
I move along.
It's so easy to just be like, bye. Anyway, that's my little rant for today.
So anyway, hi to all our friends, Married to Vinyl, of course. That old goat, Steve.
Yep.
JT's Record Room.
Lots of people that we watch on a regular basis.
We do. We watch a lot of the videos. And I apologize if we don't comment, but we are out there watching and enjoying. Yeah. Just sometimes, like we kind of just explained, don't really have much more to add to what you said already.
Yeah, good job.
I like the album. We're here. We're listening. We're watching.
We're out there.
Why do I keep wanting to say listening? I'm always thinking of radio.
Keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars.
Keep your feet on the ground. Keep reaching for the stars. That's what I had to tell Steve Carlson.
Yep. All right. Well, we'll see you next month. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.